Riot's director Mortdog explains Riot's overpriced cosmetics rationale.
By the way, this is not about the League skin. This is about something else. But this guy works at Riot. I mean, I would assume that, like, his perspective here is probably shared by the people that work on League of Legends.
And a common question comes up, well, why is this okay? Why are you okay charging that much money for something? And to start with, you have to agree on two assumptions before we even get started. The first is that TFT is a global game. The second assumption is cultures across the world are different across the world.
He's saying people are gonna buy it in, like, places like Korea because they spend crazy money on this shit. Yeah, for sure. And they shame each other for not buying it. People in Korea, they call the people that can't afford pay to win rice eaters in Korea. They call each other that.
So the challenge is this.
Right.
A lot of the times when we're trying to be player focused for culture A, culture B might not want that same thing.
Then why not have a different culture,
and the
different
challenge
games?
here is culture A really has a high desire for items that show value.
But, like, you can't play against Chinese people, right? So why don't they just put it over there if they feel like that's the way it is? So, like, I feel like even if you make this argument, if this is cultural, then why don't you just have the different monetization structures in those other cultures and not have them be uniform? Why is that? Well, the reason why is because they want to make money. So I don't really think that's a very good argument.
Now, as developers, we have our own inherent biases. Yeah, that much money for a thing that's a lot. That's too much. But that's not every culture, and so again, being player focused, we should have...
It's not even culture, it's more class. I mean, the truth is that I bet there's a lot of people in Korea and China who think this shit is just as stupid as we do. There's rich people here that love spending money and love flexing. So it's not like, oh, Asians like this and white people don't like it. Psh, no. The culture is not the conversation, it's the class.
But for culture B, we want to make sure that if they spend money... So let's say you spend $100 on League of Legends.
Right.
When you look at everything you got for that $100,
yeah,
you go, okay, that was worth it. Yes, it was expensive, but it was worth it. The other thing is that we also know there are some people of some cultures that will have an inherent bias against randomness of any kind. There are definitely people that are not a fan of any sort of randomness.
Yeah.
But randomness has been the thing that we have done to make sure that everyone has potential access to a thing.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be real, like, you're a god in the game. You decide the distribution of these products. You just simply choose to distribute them this way. You choose randomness because it's more beneficial for making money. That's fine. But again, you can't create a problem and then turn around and say, this is how we need to solve the problem. You made that problem.
The team is listening. I'm not going to say all of our executions are perfect.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're all perfect. But what I'll say is, if you don't like it, the way you can help make it better is, it's not vote with your wallet or anything like that. But it's also not just go random bad. The best thing
it absolutely would. If enough people didn't like it, then it would go away. That's absolutely true. Like, no, don't let anybody convince you. If you can get enough people together, you do anything you want. You can really just make it against the law if you get enough people to do something. Then they can't do it.
Do to try to enact change is say what it is you do want. The answer can't be everything to be cheaper. That's not going to work. What do you guys want us to sell this in a certain way? Is there a certain way you'd prefer to see it? Is there a certain organization of, like, is it bundles? Is it direct purchase? Is it whatever? Be very clear about what you do want, and that can help the team working on it be constructive towards getting to a solution that you think works for your particular culture. Again, we have to be player focused to everybody, and there are contradictory opinions. That's hard. So yeah, that's my quick spiel.
Okay. Try to discredit voting with your wallets. If enough people start playing because of it, it would definitely work. Yeah, it would. If enough people stop playing a game, if you get enough people together, you can do anything that you want. All you have to do is get enough people together.
Agree on two assumptions before we even get started.
Assumption number one. People are fucking stupid with their money. Assumption number two. Refer back to assumption number one.